Hello, race fans, and welcome to the V8 Supercar America Series presented by V8s Online. My name is JD Smith. With me tonight is Kane Kraft as we get ready to head down to good old Barber Motorsport Park in Birmingham, Alabama for some V8 Supercar America Series action. And looky here, guys, it is week number 11, so with 2 races remaining, it all comes down to these final 2 weeks. The guys are currently out on the track trying to earn the best spot on the grid. And we go ahead and we'll introduce and welcome Kane to the show. Kane Kraft, everybody. How are you, pal?
Good. We're into the home stretch now. And week 11. This is the final week of drop rounds for these guys. Next week we'll have a good points total for you guys as we come into the race, and we're getting close to the end of this championship.
That we are, and a little fun to watch as these guys right now getting underway or getting this qualifying done. It's fun to watch out here. Some of these guys trying to get some good starting positions. Only 29 laps tonight, so qualifying is rather important this evening. As field position going to be very, very, very crucial, as this is a tough track. This is a hard track to get a lot of passing, not a lot of opportunities, and we don't visit Barber a lot here in the America Series, so these guys got their work cut out for them tonight. I'll tell you what, though, I am very happy that we are here at Barber. I enjoy this track. Kind of just fun to get here when one of the tracks we're not at a lot, so it is fun when you do get out here.
Yeah, I agree. This is kind of a track that just kind of slips through the radar. It's a track that nobody really dislikes it, but nobody really says that they love it either. It's just one that everybody kind of likes all right, and it just don't really show up on the schedule too awful much. But when it does, everybody seems to like it okay.
Oh yeah, they do. It tends to be a really popular track with folks, without being said. So, because it seems like every time we come here, you never hear complaints about it. So I'm looking for a big race tonight. We have a great field. We have 25 cars that are going to be on the starting grid. I think it'll actually be 24, but no, maybe 25. Should be 25 if everybody gets in. Right now, everybody's fighting for that starting front row, and right now it's between Ethan Griggault and Cooper Murray. Sean Kelly and Paul Gurrell just outside of that. So the front 2 rows look like they're about set. And I think we're all about set as we get ready to go underway here at Barber. I'll go ahead and do a rundown here if qualifying is complete. I believe it is. So we still have a car out on the track, but I don't think it's going to matter. Well, with that being said, let's take a look. Ethan Griggault and Cooper Murray, as mentioned, on the front row. Sean Kelly and Paul Gurrell will be in the second row. Behind them in the third row, it's going to be Tony Klusterman with Jason Hyde on the outside. In the inside of the fourth row, it's going to be Josh Cook with Sean Macbeth on the outside. As we go to row 5, it'll be Stephen Varga and Rory Windrum. In the sixth row, it's going to be Cameron Dance and Nathan Connor. Seventh will be Matthew Belton and David Miller. Then we go down and look outside. It's Raymond Stair and Brenton O'Brien. Looking to row 8, it's going to be Ben Ruthberg and Stephen Jenkins. And we're going to hit the all-purpose row 10, Tony Lynch and Rod Shepard. Behind them, it's going to be Clayton McDonald and Martin Barris. Shane Brook, William Bailey, and Will Rogers will round out our 25-car field. And out of the 25 cars, we had 22 set times. And look at the difference in the field here. We had our slowest time at a 130.1, and then our pole sitter was a 123.5. So with that, with the 29 laps, we could see some lap cars here at Barber. But it should come down to a good race out front. Points ever so important. Kane, you ready for this one?
Yeah, most definitely. 16 turns here at Barber, 2.27 miles, 29 laps here tonight. What else kind of information we got? It's 120 or 103 degree track temperature with kind of a low strength of field here tonight. With all those cars, it kind of takes the average down just a little bit, but regardless, I think it's going to be an awesome race.
I wish we would condense to one, because normally we'd have two splits and we'd have a higher strength of field, but I like having the 25 cars in here versus having about 12 in here to 13 cars. It's going to make it a lot more fun. We'll fill the track up a lot better, and it should give us some more racing or more close racing going. So, guys are getting gridded up at the moment. We are waiting for this bad boy to unleash. The lights getting ready to light up here at Barber Motorsport Park, Birmingham, Alabama. And what would it be like in the world of real racing if we saw Australia's V8 Supercars in Alabama? God bless America. Lights are on as they come off. Let's go racing, guys. It's a good start on the front row. And as we head down into turn one here at Barber, it is week number 11 underway. It's Ethan Greg Galt out leading the way. Following closely is Cooper Murray in the SimWorks Ford Falcon, and he chases down the KSW Payton SDC Motorsports driver Ethan Greg Galt and his Commodore back in third place. Look at Sean Kelly, then Paul Garrell. Got a great battle going on behind them right now in the Hinlink Industries car. We got a car off the road right now. That's trouble for Sean McBeth. Started in the 8th position. He got outside, hit the wall. He's going to rejoin traffic, and he'll be stuck near the back of the field. We'll keep you guys posted on Sean McBeth to see if he can regain some spots in this one. It's still early. It's still lap one.
Still looking good for the guys up front. Ethan Greg Galt holding on to the number 1 spot. Cooper Murray in second. Sean Kelly holding on to third spot. I think we're going to have a great race up here at front. Back in fourth, Paul Garrell. Tony Klusterman's in fifth with Jason Hyde in sixth.
Going back and looking at the incident with Sean McBeth a minute ago, he looks like he just went into a turn a little bit too hard, locked up the brakes, and just to make sure he stayed out of trouble with anybody and don't hurt anybody else's race, he turned the car towards the green stuff. And good for him, good sportsmanship there to make sure nobody else was involved. But that was just a tactical error there from Sean McBeth, and now it's going to make his race a little harder. He's doing a good job right now, though. He's already getting ready to come around David Miller, and David Miller going to try everything in his power to keep the Secura Commodore out in front, but don't know if that's going to happen. That McBeth machine is fast. Here he goes down on the inside. Not today. He's going to have to wait. I like this. Miller's going to make him work for that. Got another good one going on right now as we go down the backstretch. We got several guys trying to make things happen. It was a good battle right now in front of Josh Cook. That's Jason Hyde in the Hinlink Industries Ford Falcon. He's trying to get around Tony Klusterman in the Never Quit Racing SimAbility Commodore. Those two going head and foot there and giving us all kind of fun. Saw a little smoke in front there. In front of them, that's Paul Garrell. Now, remember, Paul started in the 4th spot. He's trying to run down Sean Kelly. Sean just got loose.
Barber, kind of an unusual track. It's got a fast section. It's got some tight turns and one of those turns is kind of like an egg shape, kind of really difficult to get just right.
Racing nose to door to door all the way down the front stretch here, down into turn 1, and Tony Klusterman doing an absolutely wonderful job of hanging on to 5th place, but he is getting Jason Hyde throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him, and it's only a matter of time. If Jason keeps this kind of pressure up, Tony's going to have to give something, and but you got to give both drivers credit. There it is right there.
Yeah,
you nailed it, Kane.
He kind of slid her in there a little hard. He didn't go all the way around, though. He was able to save it, but definitely lost enough momentum that Jason Hyde was able to get around quite easily.
And that's the consequence of having pressure on like that. You start looking more at what's going on in the rearview mirror, and not to say that Tony took his focus off the road ahead, but it obviously puts more stress and more distractions in your way, and it makes things like that normally Tony would never ride in that hard, but it happens when you have that kind of pressure. So a good job from Jason Hyde to keep that pressure on, and that has put him up into the 5th position. So now we'll welcome the Henlink Industries machine to the top 5 momentarily, and we'll see what he can do up in the top 5. Tony not going to give up. He'll be fighting back. Josh Cook, Cameron Dance are not far off as well. They want to get up there and make a run in the top 5 as well.
Tell you what, some bad luck for Brenton O'Brien here today is his car is already beat up like crazy. Just going down a spot down to 16th. Nathan Connor getting around here on lap 4.
Wow, crazy stuff here early. And a lot of these guys, like you said, it's been a while since they've been to Barber Motorsport Park. So it's fun watching some of these guys get kind of there's certain tracks we go to a lot. You go to Bathurst and Phillip Island. You can almost guarantee the calendar will see these tracks every season. But a track like Barber Motorsports Park, not so much. So you got to watch these guys. They don't have the seat time here that they do in other tracks. So the second nature is not quite there. And we're going to see a few more mistakes. Some guys having to work extra hard just to race the track, nonetheless, their opponent beside them. So keep that in mind as you're watching these guys. A track that we don't visit very much, and a track that doesn't favor this car very much, in my opinion. But sometimes it's the tracks that don't favor the cars that make it so fun to watch. It's such a challenge, and that's what I think that a lot of people, as far as a spectator, now the drivers may be having fits with it, but from a viewer standpoint, it's a blast.
Now see, it may not seem like it through the cameras, but whenever you're in the car driving on this track, it is very, very similar to a real V8 Supercar track, and it really does suit the cars quite well. The size of the track is quite similar to a V8 Supercar track, and just the way that this track drives is quite similar. So that's somebody had posted once what track this one is closest to. I think they said it was Townsville or something like that, one of the real V8 Supercar track that this one is really close to. And so a lot of guys really like it for that reason, because the size and everything is just right to be like a V8 Supercar track.
Sounds good. I didn't see that. It's just, but from what I was looking on, obviously it just must be the lack of experience here. It just looks like these cars are having trouble getting around this track. So I just assumed it was not a good track for these.
Definitely not a lot of experience here, as these guys only come here maybe once a year.
I saw a car a minute ago. I couldn't tell who it was. They made a wrong turn there, then turned off the little exit ramp. Instead, it got off the track. I'm trying to find out who that was, because that is going to be very costly.
Sean McBeth still making gains after his lap 1 incident that took him off the track. Now he's running side by side with Steven Vega, trying to get that position that will move him up into 9th if he's able to get it. Vega runs in a little deep. That is going to give the position over to Sean McBeth. So Sean back up into 9th position after an early race off track, and we're going to have to keep an eye on Sean. He's really flying back through the field. Just up ahead, a pretty good battle with Josh Cook and the Chiani machine. He's got Cameron Dance back behind him, really putting on some serious pressure.
Rocking and rolling here at Barber, putting on the pressure. And we saw earlier with Tony Kloosterman what can happen with a little bit of pressure. And I don't want to be pointing the finger at Tony. He's doing a remarkable job just outside of the top 5. He's actually I've been very impressed with watching Tony improve over the last few seasons, Kane. He has really improved tremendously.
Yeah, Tony's been doing most of his racing on Thursday nights. Good to see him here on a Friday night race. Kind of a low strength of field here tonight, so I don't know if he raced last night or not, but a lot of times if we end up with the race like we did here today where it didn't split, he can end up with better points on a Thursday night race. Just kind of another little element of strategy that goes into the championship here in the V8 Supercars America Series. Typically not a problem, just a couple races a season. Oh, the Henley car around backwards, just Tony Klusman
Oh,
barely avoided that one. Jason getting out of the way just in time.
isn't that crazy?
Let's take a look at that and see exactly what happened to
Yeah.
Jason. Back on the replay here, see if I'm back far enough. I think so.
Jason Hyde. I'm trying to find it myself. Oh, there it is. I just had it. There it is. All right. It looks like he just got. All right. He's coming off of the turn here on this incline. Got a little bit. Oh, he caught a little bit of the grass there, Kane. And with the speeds he carried, it sent the car around. Maybe a bit of an overcorrection. I'm not sure on that. But for sure, the grass got the car loose. And as he tried to correct it, it just spent the car around. And boy, um, Sean Kelly really, that might have been just a camera angle, or not Sean Kelly, I apologize. That is Tony Klusterman. And he missed him by a very small margin there.
No, we had a huge wreck on lap one that we didn't catch on the broadcast, but we've got 5 cars out of the race, 6 maybe, and then 3 or 4 cars that are just all beat up like crazy. And remind me after the race to take a look at that and see exactly what happened, because that must have been a huge wreck.
Yeah, I'm going to try to look that up real quick because we have William Bailey, Shane Brook, Martin Barris, Ben Ruthberg, and Will Rogers. Also Raymond Steyer, and they're all off the lead lap here. So let me find out, see if I can catch what happened with these gentlemen.
Still got that great battle going on here for 6 with Josh Cook and the Kiani machine. Cameron Dance all over the bumper, just trying to get around Josh. Tell you what, JD, that Kiani is really getting popular, especially in Australia. It's kind of a health food supplement, kind of a 3-stage program to get you healthy. And
What is it?
it's called Kiani, and several the Australian iRacers are kind of participating in. It's kind of almost like a multi-level sales thing where you sell these almost like vitamins or supplements. And
Pyramid scheme.
no, no, definitely not a pyramid scheme. It's a very lucrative company that's it takes care of their salesmen in a unique way. They give them cars whenever they sell a certain amount. They get a certain bonus to get cars and stuff. It's really kind of a neat deal, but the product itself is where they're really making their big gains. Is apparently it really speaks for itself.
Josh Cook rocking that paint. So it says Kiani experience more. Huh. I did not know that.
So if there's anybody that's looking to try to make improvements on your health, Josh Cook there is supporting the Kiani machine. Look that up. Do a search for it there on the internet and see if that might be something that you might be interested in. Definitely the Kiani machine having a tough time here with Cameron Dance all over the bumper still yet. This has been 4 or 5 laps that Cameron has just really been putting the pressure on that Kiani machine. And Josh Cook dealing with the pressure pretty good. Goes a little wide there. Cameron Dance might just have a move there, but he don't. Josh is going to stay out in that number 6 spot.
Boy, I tell you, a paint to look at. A bright one, too. Stephen Jenkins in the Chief Green Bud. Mary Jane's Vodka. Mean green. That is a bright livery. Think he's pro marijuana?
Who was it?
Stephen Jenkins. He's right now in 14th place. That sure is a unique paint there.
I do see one of the marijuana bud things on the back.
Yeah, it says Chief Green Bud on the front, and then it says Mary Jane's Vodka. Not a bad little paint there. Bright pink. Boy, Brenton O'Brien with loads of damage on the MPMS Racing Simulators Commodore.
Cameron Dance now lost a place to Jason Hyde. Dance had been, putting all that pressure on Josh Cook. Now Jason Hyde gets in there, gets around Cameron. Now Jason Hyde doing all the pressure, putting all the pressure on Josh Cook. This has just been a great battle for 6th. But yeah, I gotta agree. Poor Brenton's car definitely looking a little worse for wear. Still got some pretty good speed though. In 15th place, he's chasing down Stephen Jenkins in 14th. Looks like he is making some gains on that 14th position. Better check on the leader here, lap 12 of 29. Leader is Ethan Greg Galt. He's about 3 seconds ahead of Cooper Murray, 2.7 seconds ahead of our second place Cooper Murray. And Sean Kelly still holding on to third. He's about 1.7 seconds back from Cooper Murray. So still some possibilities up there up front. But Ethan Greg Galt definitely starting to get some distance out there in the lead.
Yeah, when he usually gets out there in clean air, it's just he's out there logging laps. Typically, not always, but typically.
Jason Hyde has.
Paul Gorell.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Jason Hyde has got around Josh Cook and got up into the 6th spot. Now Cameron Dance around Josh Cook into 7th. So Josh Cook just in this last lap has fallen 2 positions. What was you saying about Paul Gorell?
And he was getting around some lap traffic, and this was kind of a scary moment there. I'm watching Josh Cook right now and Cameron Dance. They're a pretty close battle right now between the two. And Josh Cook's trying to get that Kiani, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Kiani. Trying to get the Kiani machine around. Here he has a good run right here. Possibly an inside pass, but not enough. Just can't seem to do it. Ooh, a little bit of smoke there from the number 12 machine of Cameron Dance. They're going to go door to door right now. Kiani with a good run, or the Kiani machine with a good run. And not going to do it. The door is shut there as Cameron Dance does close that opportunity. But a good job remains from Josh Cook. Oh, we got a little loose there. And that's going to cost him a little bit of time. So we'll check back on that battle in just a few moments as Josh Cook tries to work his way back up.
Yeah, that one's definitely been one of the closest battles of the race for sure. Probably the closest battle, the toughest battle on the track for most of this one.
Yeah, they're not letting up at all. I'm impressed. Both drivers continuing to do well. I thought Josh Cook was going to fall off after that his little slip up there, but no, he's right back in it, already back within a car length, and has his sights on the opponent. Let's see what he can do. logging another lap here, and we're at the halfway point now. You could go ahead and say we're pretty much at the halfway point, as we're on the middle of lap 14 of 29 laps. So, good one here tonight, Kane. First half of the race is in the books. Mid-race report time. What's your thoughts on it so far?
So far, so good. I mean, it's been several really good battles on the track. Big wreck early on that did a lot of damage to a lot of cars, but other than that, I think we got lots of good racing going on here today.
Boy, big wide turn there from Dance. I thought that was going to be a good opportunity for Josh Cook, but unable to take advantage. Maybe he can do it here. He's got another run. Man, just keep your eyes on them while I do my thoughts mid-race report. Well, guys, if you're just joining us, and we're just over the halfway point here at Barber Motorsport Park in Birmingham, Alabama. It is 29 laps here tonight, and what we have seen so far has been a story of Ethan Grigg Galt getting out to an early lead from the pole, and he has maintained dominance here today thus far. The race still with a good half to go, but the KSW Peyton Commodore is out front, leads the way. Not too far off back in the distance, about 3.5 seconds back. It is Cooper Murray, and he is pressing forward, hoping that Ethan can give him some kind of a gift. Just give him something. He'd love to get up there and to fight for a big win here today. And he's doing that right now in the number 5 SimWorks Sirius Vercuro Motorsport Ford Falcon, and he is pushing with all his might. Cooper Murray, that is. In third place, it is Sean Kelly in the Hybrid Racing Simulations Commodore. In fourth, it's Paul Gurrell in the KSW Peyton SDC machine. Behind him, it is the Never Quit Racing Simability machine of Tony Klusterman, who is doing good. He has got back into the top 5 ever since we saw the incident there with Jason Hyde. And that is, of course, where Jason Hyde is, in 6th place in the Henlink Industries Ford Falcon. Behind him, it's Cameron Dance. And we've watched Cameron Dance and Josh Cook in 8th in one of the best battles of the race. Right behind them, it's Sean Macbeth in the 8th position, or 9th position, rather. And he's rocking the Red Rooster Mobile One Commodore. Rory Windrum is rounding out the top 10 in the Canadian Inner Strength Products Commodore. Stephen Vargan, 11th. 12th, David Miller. Nathan Connor, 13th. 14th is Stephen Jenkins. Then it goes Britton O'Brien, Matthew Belton, Tony Lynch, Rod Shepard. Then it's Clayton McDonald, Raymond Stair, Shane Brook, Ben Ruthberg, Will Rogers, and Martin Barris, all in this one. And unfortunately, the days have ended for Martin Barris and William Bailey. Will Rogers, and I believe that's all for now. We have seen some of the guys in the early incident. They are back out on the track, which is good to see. But that is that's a big mid-race report for this one, but that's how we are.
Matthew Belton catching up to Brenton O'Brien. Going to see a battle there for the 15th spot here before too long.
Rod Shepard moving out of the way to let Paul Gurrell and company by. A little lap traffic there. It worried me there the way he stopped. I thought he had a problem. Then I realized he was just doing the right thing by letting some of the leaders by. A lot of smoke coming from behind the car of Shane Brook, who is listed in the 21st position. Remember, Kane, he had in the early race incident, and that number 16 has quite a bit of damage done. He did go down pit road and get a lot of that repaired, but there's a lot of damage on the number 33 Valvoline Commodore. And I'm just glad to see that Shane has got back out there and trying to make something out of nothing. That's always good to see.
Yeah,
also
I'm digging that paint scheme as well. The 33 machine on the car, but he is driving the number 16 machine in the race. I like it when they do that. Make the
Good real world paint. Got a
Yep.
lot of close action going on right here. Here it is. Josh Cook making it around Cameron Dance. And here's Sean McBeth. Guys, we were 3 wide for a split second here at Barber Motorsports Park. And these three are really giving a show right now. I hate for anybody to miss it. Tune in to Cameron Dance, Josh Cook, as Josh Cook finally made it around Dance to move up into the 7th spot. And Dance is in danger of losing a spot to Sean McBeth. And here he comes, Sean McBeth in the, oh man, the Red Rooster Commodore was pushing good. Can he stay with these guys? They're going down the front stretch now, going to start lap 18. And man, what a fantastic battle between these three cars. Lots of smoke coming from in front of these gentlemen. Somebody keeps putting off plumes of smoke. I think it's Raymond Stair and Clayton McDonald. Now that is the battle for 19th. They are a lap down, but they have their own fun battle going on. And here comes the leader, or this other group with this, Dance and McBeth and them. And look at them try to split the needle here and get through the lap cars. It gets a little crowded. You had a battle for 19th going on, and then another battle for 7th between three cars, and they lapped them. And boy, it just, you get worried. Everybody starts to get a little nervous when we get that tight. Really kind of spread that battle up a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Josh Cook able to get quite a ways ahead of Cameron Dance. And then, of course, that battle's still hot as heck with Cameron Dance and Sean McBeth. So I think they're going to be able to reel in Josh Cook in that 7th place machine, as that gap is narrowing.
Speaking of a narrowing gap, Sean Kelly in the number 2 Hybrid Racing Simulations Commodore has his wish list on catching Cooper Murray in 2nd place. He's not too awfully far off, Kane. In fact, he seems to visually start to creep in a little bit at a time. And who knows, we could see Sean Kelly getting up here and having some fun with Cooper Murray. Because I see that happening before I see Cooper Murray catching Ethan Griggauld up there. Ethan is starting to really put a little bit of space between. That 3.5 second gap from earlier is over 5.5 seconds now.
Yeah, definitely a huge gap between Ethan Griggauld and 2nd place Cooper Murray. Like you said, 5.7 seconds separate the two, and then another 2 seconds back to Sean Kelly. So the top 4 getting a little bit of separation between them, but some closer battles a little further on back.
And for those looking on at home, we are 10 to go here at Barber Motorsport Park. So as always, when we get within the 10 lap to go mark, things start getting really turned up as far as pressure is concerned. It is time for these guys to up the aggression to try to get these spots and earn some points.
Tell you what, I thought Cameron Dance and Sean McBeth were catching up to Josh Cook. Josh has pulled away almost 2 seconds now from those guys. So I think Josh doing quite well now here late in the race. Starting to get a pretty good gap. Whoa, Sean McBeth with a slide coming out of the turn there. That's going to give Cameron Dance some space to try to focus and run down Josh Cook maybe. And there's still a great battle back for 11th. Steven Varga and David Miller. Now that Cameron Dance has got some space between he and Sean McBeth, he is starting to run down Josh Cook in the 7th position. That gap now down about the 1.5 second mark.
And of course, remember we talking about Sean Kelly trying to catch Cooper Murray just a little bit earlier. He is inching forward, Kane, and as we start to get closer to the end of this one, it's not in the realm of impossibility. He could do so. Sean Kelly in the hybrid racing simulations machine has running pretty good lap times. He was a little bit slower though on the last lap, 3/10 off of Cooper Murray. Somebody's got to do something here.
Do want to take a second to thank everybody for tuning in here on iRacing Live, or if you've joined us on the YouTube channel at V8's Online. We appreciate you tuning in there and chatting with us in the chat room. Oh, Cameron Dance has caught Josh Cook. He's trying to go to the inside. He thinks better of it. Tucks back in behind Josh Cook. All that just in the last lap there. Some serious gains. Maybe Josh Cook made a little mistake, but Cameron Hyde, regardless, right there, putting some serious pressure back on Josh Cook. This battle that had been so intense through the first part of the race has now heated itself right back up.
Man, Brenton O'Brien is sitting there as he just got passed by Ethan Greg Galt. Ethan is just a monster, Kane. He's an alien.
Yeah,
He
he's
is good
definitely got it
everywhere we
figured
go.
out. Yeah, he is. It don't matter what track or how frequently we go to that track. He can get it figured out quickly and just put down some serious laps.
For those keeping track at home, it is lap 23 of 29, so still some time left for some of these guys maybe trying to gain another spot or two before we catch the checkered flag. Sean Kelly would love to catch Cooper, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Earlier I thought it would happen, but I just don't know. I don't know if there's enough time left, and Cooper Murray's really done a good job of gaining pace back. Paul Garrell's been in 4th comfortably, and then we have 5th place Tony Klusterman. Remember, he fought hard to get that spot earlier. Then you go way back, and Josh Kick, good move right here as Cameron Dance just gets passed by Sean McBeth with an amazing pass there. Beautiful pass from down on the inside there. They were door to door going down into the turn, and he hung on, rode the curb nicely. Beautiful exit off the 2nd turn, and that does stick. So a good pass there from Sean McBeth as he finally does get around Cameron Dance, and he'll move up into the 7th slot. Boy, I caught that just at a beautiful time there.
Yeah, a little bit of a fuel saver here tonight, seeing that these guys are limited to just 75 liters here at Barber, and so they're going to have to fuel save just a little bit to get this thing done. Will definitely be interesting to see if everybody manages to fuel save the right amount, or we might see a couple guys run out of gas here today.
That's always so scary when you're racing and you don't know if you're going to make it to the end. It's just, such a scary, especially if you're in a great spot, like you're in the top 5 and you've kind of played your strategy out and don't know if you're going to make it to the end. You've been saving all that you can, but boy, it can be scary on that last couple laps. And looking around some of the rest of the field, Cooper Murray coming around Brenton O'Brien here. And then behind him, of course, Sean Kelly. And then back to Paul Gurrell. Fifth, Tony Klusterman. Sixth place, it is still Josh Cook. Sean McBeth, however, inching in closer. He's in seventh. Cameron Dance has fallen to eighth. And then we go back to ninth, where Rory Windrum is spotted there. In 10th place, it is Stephen Varga. And behind him, good little battle starting to come together between him and 11th place driver David Miller. So that's another one that we can start to focus on a little bit there, as both of these guys rocking out the Secura Safe Storage Commodores and the matching schemes. Got a car off the road, and that was Ben Ruthberg. He was, I think, just trying to get out of the way there, but was near the barrier there, off into the grass. No, he got loose, but he did a good job of keeping it out of big trouble.
Looks like Sean Cook's going to be in trouble again as Sean McBeth has caught up to him and starting to apply pressure again to Josh Cook. Josh has been under pressure this entire race almost. He gets a little bit of a break, and then they catch right back up to him and apply that serious pressure.
No, you've been fighting, and now you got more pressure on you. Watching David Miller, he's still trying to get around David Varga. And I wonder if those two, how much they'll push here. It's always fun when you see teammates are going head to head. Like, you know, how much do they give? Do they give it their all? What do they do? It's just always fun to watch.
A little bit of connection issues from Josh Cook might hold Sean McBeth back behind just a little bit, as it can be kind of dangerous to pass a blinking car. And that's exactly what happened. We see Sean drop off just a little bit from him.
Man, this one is getting out from under us, Kane.
Yeah.
Remember, it's 29 laps, and if you look, our leader right now, Ethan Grigalt, on lap 27. So we'll be going to the white flag before we know it. Kane, just real quick, tell me about it again. I know you just told me, but some of the viewers, we got a race coming up. Me and you're going to be back in the car.
Yeah, possibly. Details still coming together on that. I haven't got all the details, but week 13, they're planning a commentator race with some iRacing staff and the commentators through all the different groups that broadcast these races: Race Spot, LSR TV, GSR, several
all
other
our
groups.
buddies.
And they're planning to have a big race with a lot of the commentators in the cars instead of in the booth, and could be a lot of fun. Still waiting to get all the final details, but as soon as we know them, you'll know them.
All right, guys, be on the lookout as Ethan Grigalt looks for the white flag this time by, and he is ready for that white flag. He wants to get another win in the column.
Sean McBeth now to the inside, going to make his way around Josh Cook. That's going to move Sean McBeth up into 6th. Josh Cook 7th. Cameron Dance still in this thing in 8th. Still right in this battle.
There it is, guys. I heard it in the. Here it is, white flag this time by. So we are on our final lap here momentarily as Ethan Grigg Galt crosses the start finish line. This is it. It all comes down to this lap. And I don't think I've ever put a commentator curse on Ethan Grigg Galt.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't even know if it's even possible. He's got a little lap traffic in front of him. No, that'll be no problem. That's Nathan Connor in 12th place in the Extreme Racing Ford Falcon. And you should see him give some room. But really and truly, Ethan Grigg Galt taking it easy as he's earned to take it easy on the final lap with the consistent lap times he's put up through this one. I think he's going to go for it to get around him this time. You just got to be careful. He's a routine pass around a lap car, and you don't want to get yourself in any trouble when you got a big win like, a win on pretty much in the bag. And that's what's going to happen, Kane. Looks like it's going to be Ethan Grigg Galt going to take Barber.
Yeah, well over 11 seconds ahead of second place Cooper Murray, so he definitely had some time there to just be careful as he is coming up to the lap traffic, and that's exactly what he did.
Fantastic stuff. And then let's look at some of the others coming across. Cooper Murray in second. And the final step on the podium will go to Sean Kelly as a good day for our top three. Paul Gurrell had a great race as well, and we didn't get to talk about him quite as much. He kind of had a solo run down there. Tony Klusterman did end up with a fifth place finish. Remember, early in the race, he had a good battle back and forth with Jason Hyde. Tony Klusterman, like I said, fifth place. Sixth went to Sean Macbeth, and great job for him. He just crossed the finish line. Josh Cook finished right behind him in seventh. Eighth went to Cameron Dance, Rory Windrum. Ninth, Stephen Varga finished in the top 10. That is how the top 10 finished. And as we watch the rest of the guys close up, we'll get ready for the post-race show here in just a few moments. Kane, let's get ready to do it.
Yeah, it's going to take just a little bit for the guys to get out of the race and stuff and come have a word with us, but that one I thought was going to be a lot closer race than what it was. We've seen a really close battle with those three cars there that we kind of focused on for a lot of the race because it was such a great battle between Josh Cook, Cameron Dance, and Sean Macbeth. And those guys ended up getting the majority of the camera time. But there was just a couple other battles. There was, Brenton O'Brien had a great battle for a lot of that day. Of course, that big battle with David Miller and his teammate. So several battles, but otherwise it's pretty kind of just the cars just kind of got a little separated and just kind of everybody out there just trying to get the laps ticked down and get across the finish line. And I really thought that Barber was really going to provide some good close racing, but instead,
Kind of surprising, yeah. I guess we'll blame it on the metal spider there that swarm the infields here at Barber Motorsport Park. I wonder what those spiders are about.
I don't know. I really, other than somebody just did the art, maybe donated to the track, I just can't
It's
figure
random.
out why they would do spiders or bugs, but I'm sure there is a reason. Probably, if we looked it up, we'd probably figure out exactly what it was. But it does seem kind of random.
It's something I feel like I should know. I live only 2.5 hours from about 3.5 hours from Birmingham over here in Georgia, and I feel like that's something I should know.
Tell you what, when I go through there this year, I always tell myself I'm going to stop and just take some footage of the track, and I drive right past the exit every time, and I'm like, oh crap, I was supposed to stop, and I don't never turn around and go back. But this year when I go to Talladega, I'm going to stop off at Barber and get some footage.
How far is Barber on the other side of Talladega, Kane? I'd like to
It's
go by
about
there as
2
well.
hours.
Is it 2 hours drive worth? For me. I'd like to go over there. I think it'd be really great to go over there and go to an IndyCar race. Do you know the Indy cars do come by there?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's usually like the second race of the year every year. They go to Barber Motorsport Park. It's a they always start out in Tampa, running around Tampa, St. Petersburg, the street course, which is really cool. And then the second stop is usually at Barber Motorsport Park. Kind of like in NASCAR, they start at Daytona in Florida, and then they go to Georgia at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So it's kind of the same thing in IndyCar, Florida, Georgia, and then they usually head out west because it's at the beginning of the year. It's not quite warm yet in the northern parts of the country, so they hit up the hot spots southeast and out west. But guys, I guess it's officially time. We can go ahead and say welcome to the post-race show as we're talking about different things and whatnot. We'll have some driver interviews in just a moment, and we'll talk about tonight's race here in Week 11 of the V8 Supercar America Series. I'll go ahead and let you guys know um, a little bit about Week 12, which will be, of course, next week. And we will be at the Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit, aka Bathurst. It's going to be a 28 lapper, and it is going to be on point. Finishing out our season at Bathurst, that's going to be great. You're not going to want to miss that one. In the meantime, guys, let's get ready for some driver interviews. Kane, you think the guys up there ready?
Can make sure I go.
All right, let's have a word with Sean. Sean, welcome to the post race show. How are you this evening, buddy?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, no, a bit under weather to be honest. So I was just Saturday drive counting down the laps. So, but yeah, it was good to be here.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about track that we don't visit very much in tonight's race. A good finish for you. Third place, got on the podium step tonight. And Barber Motorsport Park, thoughts on that one?
Oh, I love it, eh? I just like all tracks are different, eh? Just the elevation and the flow of it. It's definitely one of my favourites. Yeah, would like to turn up with some pace, but yeah, like I say, just a bit sick at the moment. So, yeah, look forward to coming back in next time. But yeah, a bit different from last year when we ran Scops because, of course, the car can take curbs and stuff. So it's a bit like Monza last week, just changes how you approach the track. So, but yeah, great track.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's such a different track, and one that we don't visit very much. So you guys did really good, adapting to a track that we don't see very much. But we'll be going to finish out our season next week, 28 laps at Bathurst. What are your thoughts on finishing the season at Bathurst?
Yeah, no, it's a good way to finish, isn't it? For sure. So it's still my weakest track out of all the tracks.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Explain.
I don't know. I just don't get it. Maybe it's the rules. Maybe it's because everyone loves it and they just put in more effort. Yeah, it's just not something I've felt I've been up to speed with. So I keep
I would say
telling
it's
myself to,
probably the toughest track for a lot of drivers. I mean, Bathurst is just a tough track.
yeah, I don't get it. Like you got to be precise to go fast and use up every inch of the track everywhere else and use up every inch of the track back first. But yeah, still just way behind some of the other guys. So I've always wanted to try and turn up a bit faster, and I guess next week's good opportunity to try and get on top of a little bit better leading into the Bathurst 1000. So yeah, but I think not too sure if it's Ethan's strongest track either, but I think it'll still have me there. But should make for a good race. 2 pit stops or fuel saver pit stop maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. What is the pit stop situation going to look like there? But you just answered that. So awesome stuff, man. We wish you the best of luck. Oh, it's been a good season. I can't believe it's already almost over.
Yeah, no way. It goes fast, and can't wait to be back. Might try and get back season 1 maybe next year. Get back a bit sooner. Try and turn up to a few more odd races.
That's what I'm talking
in between.
about.
Yeah, so just too easy. Sometimes you just late at night and being in WA, enjoy my sleeping sometimes. But I can always get up, do a race, and have a nana nap in the afternoon, maybe, eh?
No, absolutely. And trust me on that, I definitely understand that, man. Sometimes it's just that way. And but yeah, no, Sean, it's always a pleasure to have you here, buddy. We always look forward to having a chat with you, and we wish you the best of luck in the finale next week, buddy.
Yeah, likewise, guys. Always a pleasure. Cheers, guys.
Thanks a lot, pal. That is Sean Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, a really great run tonight at Barber Motorsport Park as he does finish with a podium. Kane, it looks like we got another one up there. Let's let you bring him down, and we'll get ready to talk to Mr. Klusterman. And I think he's here. All right, guys, let's welcome him in. Tony, welcome to the post-race show. How are you this wonderful evening?
Very well, JD. How are you guys?
Man, doing great. Just got through watching Barber Motorsport Park, Week 11 of the America Series. A track that we don't visit very much. It's not one of the ones we typically visit. Let's put it that way, about once a year maybe. But let's talk about, first of all, your thoughts on the track. How did it run?
I thought the track it's an interesting track. It has good flow. It has a big variety of corners, and it's challenging. So it's nice to visit once a year.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's a track. Like I said, it's good once a year. Now let's talk about your run specifically. You had a good run with Jason Hyde, back and forth, and it literally went back and forth. You lost to the spot to him, but stayed in there. He kept pressure on you, and you made a small mistake. He was able to take advantage of it. But you kept persistent and kept on and ended up getting that spot back, which was great, and ended up with a great top 5 finish. Tell us about it.
Yeah, beginning of the race, I think I had the wrong tire pressures, and I was struggling quite a bit. Jason was putting some pressure on me, and I made a little error, slid a little wide, and he dove to the inside and made a great move there. And after that, I followed him, tried to keep up basically, and unfortunately, he made a little mistake and spun in the middle of the track there. I was lucky to avoid him, and that put him quite a ways back. I think that he was probably pushing a little to try and catch up, and I think he may have spun again near the end there, I guess.
It was interesting. I'd like to go back and kind of watch just y'all's battle throughout the course of the race. 29 laps. What were your thoughts on race distance tonight?
Yeah, it was a little tight for me. I have to save a little bit. I seem to use more fuel than most others, but it was a race that most people should have been able to make easily without having to make a pit stop.
That's the one thing we were wondering was just how much fuel saving had to go into this race tonight. It's something that's kind of hard to gauge if you don't spend seat time in the car. So from Kane and myself's point of view, it's kind of hard guessing just from the numbers game, especially with the changes these cars go through each season.
Yeah, it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 liters I had to save, so that's manageable.
It worked out good. Nobody had any problems with it, but good. Let's talk about 1 week remaining and 28 laps at Bathurst. A great finishing, like in golf, a great finishing hole.
Yeah.
One more to go, man. What's thoughts on finishing out at Bathurst?
Well,
28 laps.
Bathurst is always a great track to go to, and it's challenging. You have to put 28 laps in, and you have to put in 28 perfect laps because just nicking the wall in one spot can do significant damage to the steering with these cars. So you have to be picture perfect for the entire 28.
Man, that's such a great way to put it. We talked with Sean just before you. He talked about how Bathurst was his weakest track, and it's understandable. It's especially from we race this track every season. It's just a staple. It's on the schedule. But for a lot of drivers outside looking in, it's a track they may not visit very much. I think it's one of the most difficult tracks on the entire simulator. racing up and down the mountain, very narrow, lots of things changing. It's a difficult track, and but you guys, like I said, y'all make it look easy. But what is the track like for you as far as compared to the other tracks we run?
I enjoy Bathurst immensely. It's a very challenging track. It has a good variety of corners, and then you throw another 20 cars in the mix, and it makes it a little bit more exciting. So, I always look forward to it. It's a challenge for me, and hopefully we'll have a reasonable finish.
Man, that sounds great. Well, guys, I can't believe it. We are 1 week away from another season going out, and man, I can't believe this. It won't be long, and 2016 will be going out, guys. It has been just an extremely fast year, and it has just blown by. I just still can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, we're going to put another one in the books. Just a few changes for the car coming up for season 4, I guess it is. We're going to get some different rear end ratios. And with Le Mans coming, that was necessary. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Le Mans will be an interesting track for sure.
Man, I'm glad you brought up Le Mans. It's Le Mans going to be absolutely wonderful for the simulator, and a lot of big things can be done. I'm so hoping that iRacing is not far away from having some dynamic weather for one, but I think before dynamic weather, I'd like just day and night cycles that actually, we have driver swaps, we have Le Mans, we can run a 24-hour event. We should be able to see the day and night cycle over a 24-hour period. When you go into a session now, you can pick early morning, afternoon, sunset, midday or evening, and they should be able to cycle these on a time table. And I think it would be just absolutely marvelous. It just do wonders for the sim and add another layer of realism.
Well, we know that they're working on it, JD, and you're right. We've got 3 different settings right now with morning, afternoon, and late afternoon. So I don't know that we're that far away. I would think that a couple of builds, we may see something like that.
Perfect. So maybe sometime in 2017, that would be huge. Guys, that's as always, Tony. It's a pleasure to chat with you. I wish you the best of luck next week. Kane, what you got, buddy?
I think that's it for me.
And that'll do it for me as well, guys. Great run tonight, fellas. Thanks for coming and chatting with us as always. And we look forward to a big finale next week. Hope all the viewers come back next week and watch these guys as they close out this season. And we'll crown a champion. Like Kane said as we entered the broadcast, we will have some concrete points for you guys, as all the drop weeks will be done with after tonight or this week. And we'll have some solid numbers for you going into the broadcast next week.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. That is Tony Klusterman, everybody. And also want to thank Sean Kelly for chatting with us as well tonight. We guys, I hope you all join us next week as we are at Bathurst. From everybody else here, Kane, enjoyed it, pal. Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, guys.
Opportunities. Incredible move. What a deserved victory. Drive, stop, brilliant. And now we got a race. I know. I almost fell asleep in the bright. He's going to go to the inside.